An ecosystem refers to a biological community that is made up of different and diverse types of organisms. These organisms interact and collaborate with each other to be able to survive and to cater different environmental conditions. There are a lot of ecosystems that is existing and operating around us. It may be first is the land ecosystem and the second is the aquatic ecosystem. One of the examples of the aquatic ecosystem is a pond ecosystem. A pond is a small area of still and fresh water that has aquatic plants and animals in it, which interact with each other and as well as to the surrounding community, thereby forming an ecosystem. A pond is usually 12 to 14 feet deep. To further show and discuss some details of the aquatic ecosystems that we are talking about, which is the pond ecosystem, we have chosen one of the iconic landmarks of Central Mindanao University, which is known to be the CMU Fulbright Garden. Fulbright Garden is situated along the central road of the said university. It is renovated by the CMU Alumni Association Incorporated, where most of the students as well as the visitors may now enjoy the view of the said university.
While fish are the most common life form in a pond, there is a multitude of animal species that live in and around the pond.
Common pond animals are algae, plankton, mosquitoes, snails, frogs,
And toads, placophans, the lay their eggs and dine on mosquitoes and their larvae, as well as dragonflies and water spiders. As the abiotic elements in this pond are water, oxygen, carbon dioxide, sunlight, and nutrients.
Provides energy that the plants utilizes to grow, which ultimately holds up the biotic community of an ecosystem. Biotic factors like rocks, soils, water, oxygen interact with the biotic components in order to provide nutrients. This includes heterotrophic microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, which breaks down organic food from the dead producers and consumers into inorganic compounds made available to the producers. Secondary consumers eat herbivorous aquatic creatures. These include fish, frogs, and snakes. So the water birds, turtles, etc. are the pond's highest consumers, which then the energy flow is then maintained.
One of the most common pond problems is water discoloration, because sudden changes in your water pond can attribute to algae blooms. First, the algae will produce oxygen, but it is only true under sunlight. When night times comes, the algae will perspire and lose its stored sugars and oxygen to create carbon dioxide. This in turn will deplete the oxygen in your pond and be harmful to other plants and fish in your pond.
Second, aquatic vegetation is by far the most common problem experienced with a pond. This usually consists one or more plant species overpopulating and taking over. This excessive plant growth can affect recreational activities of the pond, and third is water depletion. Probably the least understood by most commonly refuted cause of an oxygen depletion is a pond turnover. As ponds warm in the spring, they become stratified or layered, with warm water on the surface and cooler water below.
Some concerns that we identified is the population of the water lily. As you can see, the rapid growth of water lily is dangerous because
excess growth will cover the surface, causing a reduced in light penetration into the body of water. Thick growths of water lilies interfere with oxygen exchange, and one of the worst case scenarios, it can lead to being a source of flooding. A few water lilies create shade and protection for fish and other aquatic animals, but when allowed to take over, or when the species is invasive, they negatively impact ponds. What is the problems? When water lilies grow too thickly over the water surface, they interfere with oxygen exchange. The large pads trap heat in the water, which leads to algae blooms and stagnation. The stagnant water makes prime habitat for mosquitoes. And how to control? Though not easy to eliminate, we can slow the spread by pulling up the plants by the roots. In shallow water, dig down deep enough to get as much of the roots as possible, and continue to clear the pond yearly under the water lilies are gone or at least thinned out.